What's up guys, Midnight Osiris here, and I am playing a game of TDM on firing range with what is slowly becoming my favorite subset of weapons, the single shot rifles. I think these things are a really nice mix of sniper rifle gameplay, which is, long range and kind of campy, and assault rifle gameplay, which pretty much dominates mid-range. They make for some really powerful mid to long range rifles, and it's kind of weird that they're so underused. I wish they would add more of them to the game, or maybe do something like they did in World at War, where they have sniper rifles that you can have without the scope. It was kind of nice to have the option of having a powerful rifle, but not being attached to the telescopic sight on top of it. It's one of the things that I miss from World at War. So, for the first half of this match, I'm using the FAL, which I prefer over the M14, mainly because it has less recoil. But I make a gang of mistakes with this gun during the match, the main one being that I'm firing a little too fast. I'm using up a little too much ammo, and I'm not getting as many kills as I should have gotten. Also, I'm kind of overestimating the bullet penetration of the FAL, and I think I can get through the walls when I really can't. So, around this point in the match, I've got low ammo. I've got about 4 shots left, and I know that on my connection, I can't really kill anybody with that. I think what had happened was, I forgot that I had taken Scavenger off of my class. I replaced it with Flak Jacket just for this map, because Top Wood and the top of the warehouse across from Top Wood are two of my favorite spots on the map. But a lot of people also like to throw nades up there, so you kinda need Flak Jacket to survive. Alright, so right now I've got the M14. While I don't prefer it over the FAL, I do have to admit it's a lot better in close range situations. See, the FAL's hipfire spread seems a lot more erratic and random, kind of like an LMG, while the M14 has hipfire spread kind of like an assault rifle. While the M14 has more recoil, and I think there's a short delay after you shoot it, so I think the FAL is a lot better at longer ranges. Right here I'm making the same mistake again with the M14. I'm overshooting and I'm underestimating the recoil. I'm emphasizing it again here, because it's one mistake that can lead to dying pretty fast. I think the main reason these weapons are so underused is because there might be some kind of notion that they're harder to use because they're not automatic. Or maybe it's because there's a whole class dedicated to single-shot rifles that kill a lot quicker than these do. Regardless of the reason, these guns are pretty fun to use, and they're also pretty versatile even with the long-range advantage that they have. The biggest problem you would have with them is controlling the recoil, which is the same problem you would have with any other weapon that has a lot of recoil. Now, as far as attachments and perks go, I would use the red dot sight for the FAL and the grip for the M14. Actually, I'd use Warlord with the M14 and pair the grip up with something else, most likely a red dot or a reflex sight. Usually, if a weapon has the option for a grip, that's a pretty good indicator that it starts out with bad recoil, so the grip is my first go-to option. The iron sight on the M14 isn't bad, but it's not great either. I think the red dot or the reflex sight just makes things a lot easier. I don't use the ACOG sight on either of the two weapons, mainly because when I put the ACOG sight on anything, the recoil becomes a lot more visible, and it gets harder for me to get an accurate shot. Now, as far as perks go, there isn't really any absolute must-have perk for these weapons, but if you're doing what I did, if you tend to make the same mistakes that I do during this match, and you overshoot or overestimate the recoil, I think Scavenger is the way to go. Mainly because with Scavenger, there's a lot less of a need to be as accurate as you possibly can and conserve ammo. Alright guys, that's the end of the match. 31-1 with the 2 single-shot assault rifles. See you guys next video. Peace.